and let us all do we can to build a better future.
Daniel, you got a story for the people. What is going on,
Well, I
buddy?
didn't crumple the actual story that I thought I did.
Good.
This was nice and pristine.
Good.
I can read it. So this was a fun story, another AOC story talking about AOC is now the center of all attention in not New York, not Washington, but Georgia, a state, also a country, but we're talking about the state. So there's this little spat that's been going on, and it's just really funny because, you watch both sides and they're just speaking past each other intentionally to gin up their own base. So let's just go on. Senator David Perdue and Republican Alexandria Ocasio. I don't know why I did his name like that. I don't know. I just felt like it. But anyway, it's probably just called Perdue. And Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez sparred Saturday over the upcoming Georgia State Senate runoffs, with the progressive congresswoman urging Democrats to turn out to vote, and GOP senator pushing the liberal firebrand to go to Georgia and campaign in person. It's just such a weird thing. The back and forth began after Ocasio-Cortez this week encouraged supporters in Georgia to vote for the two Democrats running in the runoffs. Don't you love it that, hey, maybe we run this part of the country or another is determined by these runoffs? Wonderful, just as intended. Where were we? For the January 5th runoffs in order to help the party secure the Senate majority so that they can go from saying, hey, we can't do anything, we don't have 50 votes, to saying, hey, we can't do anything, we don't have 60 votes. What a difference. In order to help the majority and advance progressive priorities such as a $15 minimum wage and expanded access to health care. An interesting way of saying Medicare for all, except, of course, not. Perdue shared a report about AOC's remarks, adding, our offer still stands. Come down to Georgia and we'll buy your ticket. Their entire idea is that if you send AOC to Georgia, she's going to make it much harder for people to vote for the candidates because her policies are bad, even though those policies, at least what she says, is the stuff that every Democrats, Independents, Republicans all agree with. What they're really doing is, she's a socialist, and therefore everything else is wrong. Anyway, so Ocasio-Cortez fired back on Saturday in a tweet, reinforcing scrutiny Perdue has faced this year surrounding his stock trades during the coronavirus pandemic, something Democrats have hoped will sway the race in favor of Ossoff. And she wrote to him, and what money are you going to buy that ticket with, Perdue? The curiously well-timed stocks you've crashed on the while in office. So she's talking about insider dealings, which is especially with health stocks, which is probably not the best thing to do in a pandemic for running in a re-election. The Georgia senator pushed back, writing, I thought free stuff was your thing. By the way, it's only Republicans that say progressives are about free stuff. So that's a self-own in a really weird way. I don't have a good quip to come back with. I'll get back to you on that. Anyway, either way, I'm in Georgia talking to voters. We'd love to have you, he added. What's really happening is we saw with that Freedom Group or whatever they named themselves that's trying to go after AOC. The Republicans think that they can win by attacking AOC, which is weird, but it also is has to do with what Fox News and everyone else is doing and talking about her. But the issue I have is why are you talking to voters? I assume directly. I'm assuming you're not putting all the precautions in, so maybe you have less voters by the time the election happens. But free stuff, isn't that me calling him a fascist? And then when he attacks me for something, me going, I thought you always were in favor of fascists. I mean, I don't know. It's just stupid. But this is the thing that'll help determine power in the country because, yeah.
Reasons. All right. So, look, the battle in Georgia is going to be very intense because this will determine how the U.S. Senate will turn out. And again, hey, Democrats, can we get the camera on me? Especially to the pragmatic centrist Democrats. Right here. How was it playing that safe, pragmatic role? Because, oh no, didn't you guys have 230 House seats and now got dwindled down to 219 because you wanted to play it safe and not talk about Medicare for all, UBI, student debt forgiveness, or all that other kind of good stuff, the stuff that Bernie Sanders, Tulsi Gabbard, Andrew Yang, and so many other people were talking about. I guess it didn't work too well. And now it's going to be a desperate fight. And guess what? AOC is one of your heavy hitters. Now, do I agree with everything the AOC has been doing so far? No, I'm 50-50. But, I mean, at this point, it's the best we got. And right now, we need more progressives to get into office. Whether it, heaven forbid, look, Nina Turner is running in the Democratic Party for the 11th Ohio congressional seat. If she is again there, she's not going to be in the squad. She's a squad leader. And I could see her being a hell of a fighter. So, all right. If we can get people like Nina Turner to do that, get more people like her in Congress, so be it. If we can actually get, to quote Gray Walker, join third party, create a real third party movement, a new major party, let's do that too. Moving for People's Party, Green Party, Libertarians, DSA. Let's do something. We got to push back. And so the thing is, the Republicans, just going after AOC like this is like, it's lazy.
Does it seem lazy? Yeah.
It not only is it lazy, it's sort of like stories about when people ask us, how come we don't cover Trump? Because it's low-hanging fruit here at this point. Because it's so stupid. You're going after AOC after all these dumb things. Where the thing is, have you not been paying attention to polls, Republicans? Your Republican voters, your conservative base, a lot of polling data showing they like Medicare for all. They want it. Maybe they're interested in it. Maybe not on Bernie Sanders' plan, but you see some conservatives say, I like Australia's healthcare plan. I mean, anything better than the United States at this point. I mean, right now, here's the thing. Anything that's better than us. Now, is there such thing as perfect? No. But what we got here in the United States, especially in regards to healthcare, I mean, we could do so much better. It did not have to be this bad. It does not have to be this bad. It doesn't have to be this bad where you got, paramedics working two extra jobs, or dare I say, maybe even doing an OnlyFans because it's really impossible to pay the bills. Maybe,
and then being chastised for it by the wealthy.
Yeah, and maybe we shouldn't be begging our Congress leaders, to actually withhold a vote. I mean, it didn't have to be this bad, but now's the time to really start putting pressure on these politicians, because some of them are just acting like children. And however this thing turns out in Georgia. Okay, Democrats, let's say you get it. What are you going to do then? Austerity politics? Because if you run with austerity and neoliberalism, 2022 and 2024 are going to be some gut checks to you guys. And I don't want to hear this complaining or moaning about, I wish the people just fell in line and voted blue no matter who. Give me a reason why. Because you haven't done crap for me already.